Continuing our intros of characters from the Greatest Freakshow, which will be streaming live in August on Trapdoor Escape Stream. So if you're not in the Morristown area of New Jersey, or tri-state area really, because plenty of people are traveling out, but you can stream it live and participate that way. So our character highlight this week, Slice, played by Trapdoor's very own Joshua Pete. Josh is actually an independent wrestler as well. He works with us on weekdays and wrestles on weekends. One hell of a performer. I have to say, quite honestly, Josh became kind of the MVP performer of Freak Show, which was really cool. We brought in all these people that actually were professional singers and professional perform. Like, for example, Nick is a professional fire breather, our fire breather Scorch, which we'll probably spotlight next week. But Josh was not. Josh is not a professional singer. He's not a professional performer, and with the exception of the indie pro wrestling, but that's a very different concept. But Josh came in and actually could sing, and beyond that, performed his butt off. So if you come see or stream the show, you'll see him as Slice, our sword swallower. And in order to play that role, you could literally see there's a sword in his mouth. He had to learn sword swallowing. Now, a little behind the scenes element, we did use trick swords for Josh.
You mean you didn't shove swords down his throat?
No. However, it didn't mean that it still wasn't slightly dangerous, because the trick swords are basically roll-up blades. So kind of like the old 90s slap wrist things that would like wrap around. But it's still an aluminum blade that's got some stiffness and is sharp on its edge that wraps around.
Did you actually want it? Because it's downstairs.
Nah, it's fine. They can see it in the photo. But the way Josh did it, he could have sat there and like held it so that like his tongue or mouth didn't touch the blade part. But he unrolled it with his mouth, ladies, and kept it, literally like no hands, and then pulled it out without touching the blade, and literally kept the retraction going with his tongue and his teeth. And he could have sliced his tongue to ribbons doing that.
Yeah.
So I was incredibly impressed. But most of the performance work is you can only shove a sword down your throat so many times. It's body contortion and movement, and with the blade down your torso. So like he does fun stuff like doing a sit-up with a sword down your throat. Like all kinds of like weird body contortion movements while he's still got the blade. So that's part of the fun of seeing that performance and seeing how he does it. And beyond that, he does have a musical number. He's part of some ensemble pieces in the show, and then he has a solo performance. I had this idea right off the bat with the character of Slice that he would kind of have this gargly Cajun voice because he's constantly shoving things down his throat. That shouldn't be there. So when Josh and I were first talking about the character, he was like, well, what do you want the vocals to be? And as we've talked about before, I had to actually perform every song with the composer so that he can compose the music. And I had come up with this like, my name is Slice, I swallow swords. And Josh looked at me really strange and was like, I can't do that. I was like, no, come on, we can get there. And the first renditions, he sounded kind of like Kermit the Frog. But like with a raspy voice, like, it's not easy being green, like kind of thing. And it took us a while, but he got there. And so like his song's chorus is like, slice, by slice. And he got right in the range of where we wanted it to go. But what was cool is like there's moments where his character has to actually hit a note and hold it without cracking out or breaking key, and he did it. It sounds really good. Even some of the professionals couldn't necessarily like perfectly hold down some of the notes without like 90 takes, and Josh just boom nailed it. I think we did the least amount of takes with Josh out of everyone in the show.
Nice.
So, highly impressed with the performance of Josh as Slice, and you too can see his performance by buying your tickets now to the Greatest Freak Show, available at freakshowmusicalescape.com. Or you can go to trapdoorescapestream.com and you can get your tickets to, or get your membership to stream it live. You've seen some of Josh's work.
A little bit.
Or at least heard it. You heard it
Yes.
yesterday. What'd you think?
I didn't even think that was Josh, so I'm very impressed. That does not sound like Josh at all.
Yeah, I think it's actually, and it's my favorite song. It was the first one we composed.
Yeah.
So, it's a really cool number. While you're in his trailer, you get attacked by Slice, and the number comes in during the attack, which is really cool. And things are happening to the beat of the song. I don't want to spoil, but like it's really, really a cool part of the whole show and experience. Like we've been talking about, Freak Show is really part show, and you're participating in it, which is really cool. So, come see Slice. Next week, this week, just like last week, this week and next week are going to be kind of shortened shows because we have to keep Freak Show moving. But next week we're going to be talking about minimum wage and escape rooms.
Cool.
Because I know I've been seeing on the escape room groups, especially on Facebook, that a lot of owners are panicking over minimum wage increases, which will kind of factor into our price per ticket discussions. So we're going to jump into that, and we'll have Mike here next week. Mike hates big business, so we'll be having a nice business discussion next week. So tune in live, same time, same YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next week. And we hope you'll join us next time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't below. Like, comment, subscribe.